Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Miss Arlene. Sorry I'm late. I Jersey was on and I don't get to see her very often. She's usually on too early for me, but she was on today. And so I got to hang out with her for a little bit, which was fun. Catch up on what she's been up to and what she's doing. There we go. Last one. Okay. Those are all done. I just need to poke holes. Miss Jessica, hello, Candy. How are you? KK's in the house. What is up, ladies? Hello, Miss Sabrina. Nice to see you guys today. My Shuddy. Shuddy is here. Hey, Sherry, what's up? All right. Boy, it's been a day already, hasn't it? So I started these last night and I finished them this morning. So I'm going to get them on the card here. Get them all packaged. And ready to go. So what's going on in the world, ladies? What is going on? Okay. Need one more. One more. All right. Sabrina fell asleep in a live last night. Yeah. There you go. L's, music to sleep to. That's okay. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Is this the right one? That's the right one. Get these all packed up so they can go to their new homes. Tired of winter? I live in the desert, honey. I was tired of winter the day after it got cold. That's right. If you fall asleep, I'm good with it. Just leave the computer on, though, so I get the runtime, you know. Got to get me that view time. I did that last night. Tina was on. She fell asleep just before my live stream, so she slept for about 3-4 hours, got up, and then decided it was time to play. So she was up doing mixed media last night. And I was like, girl, I got to go to sleep. I love you, but good night. And I just left her running. I said, I'm going to leave you run. I muted her and left her running. So She really has no idea what she answered. Should we tell her that she told us he was a pickle? Um, Messing with you, girl. Messing with you. Oh, good gracious. Yeah, so Jersey was on. It's been a while since I've seen her on live, but she came on. And she's kind of sharing what she's been doing the last few weeks with everybody, which was really cool to see her because I have greatly missed her. Jersey actually lives fairly close to the area that I grew up in with my dad when I was a kid. And my dad still lives in that area. And it's kind of nice to talk to somebody, from sort of your hometown. I don't have many people from there because I didn't spend a lot of time there when I was a kid. But, it's nice to chat with somebody who knows the area and what's going on. And she's been gone for so long. Last one. Get in the bag. I decided to do these simple this time. Not over the top like I usually do. Hey, what's going on? Christine's in the house. Hello, my dear. Okay. All right, so let me explain this real quick. This is a round robin, and what that is that you are welcome to jump into this stream at any time. This is the link that you use. It doesn't download anything onto your system. Doesn't put anything on your computer. It's all done in a browser window. All you have to do is give the browser permission to use your camera and your microphone. And then I hear a little bing and you're backstage, and I go back there and go, hey, and I let you in, and you come in, and everything works. What is this? So you go back, I hear a bing, I go, oops, somebody's knocking on my door. And then I go back there and I let you in, and you show up on the screen. You can tell us anything you want, show us anything you want, do anything you want. It's up to you. This is your time to have some fun. We just don't discuss clusters. That's the only thing we don't discuss is clusters. We're not talking about those. Bima has an issue with clusters. We don't do that. So, if you've got a project kicking around, you don't know what to do with it, you don't know where to go, come on and ask your friends. We'll be happy to help you out. If you just want to come in and say, hello, come on and say hello. We like to see you. Otherwise, we all just get to sit here and watch me pack up stuff for my sale on Friday. Yeah, in the live last night, people were like, blue bottles, bottle toppers. So I made a bunch of bottle toppers last night and then finished them up just a few minutes ago while I was listening to Jersey in her stream and looking at her journal. She was sharing some of the journaling she's been doing. And she started a blog too, which was really neat. I went over and read her blog, and sometimes we just have things that go on in our lives and we just need to share. We need to get it out, purge it from our systems. And a blog is a pretty good way of doing that. It's a nice way to purge. All right, those are done. Going in the box. In the box. Worry about the rest of that later. Hey, Tina. It is in, I think it's in 2 hours. It's in 3 hours. So 5. So it's 5, 6, 7, and 8 across the country. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. 5, 6, 7, and 8 across the country. I would drive the bus for you, babe, but I'm not going to be here for 3 hours. Okay. I love you, but no. So we did do the live for the Alice project, and if you missed the live, you can pick up. There's going to be a video for it, so you can go back and watch the video. It's not going to be a live stream, but it's a video that shows you how to do it. I've posted the live twice now, and some people didn't show up, so I'm going to post a video for them so that they can watch it. You're fine. You'll do great. Hold on a second. I got to look at this. Okay. Sorry. All right. So, I could watercolor. I'm just not in the mood, though. Not in the mood to watercolor today. I like to watercolor when I'm frustrated or happy, and I'm kind of neither. All right. And I don't need to make any more stupid stick pins. I have so many stick pins right now, guys. It's redonkulous. We could take a look at where we are in our book. Well, I appreciate you, Arlene, for staying. So, yeah, we can take a look at our book, where we're at. We could do some nonsense stuff to it. If you watch the video, and I'm sure a lot of people have, we've gotten past pockets and journaling cards, and we are moving into the decorating portion, which I'll do tomorrow. I'm going to do that during the craft chat tomorrow. But see, there's a lot of naked pages in here still. A lot of naked pages. That's okay. Will I go over the St. Patty's Day swap? Did you sign up for the swap over on my in my other group? Making sure I don't have any empty pockets. I hate empty pockets, you know? Because if I have empty pockets, then I need to make more journaling cards. Because once I put journaling cards in, it's like I like where they're at. You know, I don't want to move them. So. Oh, so I'm a little conflicted on this one, guys, because if I do this and show you like the full shebang, I should put some trim on some of these pages. And I don't want to put lace on this, but so I don't know. It's like the full shebang. I should do it, but I don't wanna. because I just think it would be like it would just stick out. It would look stupid. And this book doesn't say, maybe we'll do tabs instead. I'll do some tabs. That'll work. All right. So what can I do to this thing that's not going to, interfere with the overalls? Tina, I am the moderator on a Facebook group that does pocket letter swaps and die cut swaps and stuff. I have a St. Patrick's Day swap and I have a Valentine's swap coming up. And I think the St. Patty's swap, I think you have until the 28th. Yeah, February 28th to sign up for that one. So let me see if I can pull that group up real quick. So yeah, this is the pocket letter group that I am the moderator for. And it's been a while since we've done a swap in there because there just really hasn't been any participation. But I recently started doing swaps again in there, so we're doing swappies. Got to get out my Teflons. If you do book corners on your journals, a nice pair of Teflon pliers is a good investment because this will keep you from scratching up your book corners. And let's face it, we don't want to scratch up our book corners. It's a little thick right there. Come on. Just get these on here. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Sorry you guys can't see this. I have to work off the edge of the desk. Hey, what's up? Everybody say hi. Colleen's in the house. Okay, one more. Oh. Yes, I was up with this Tina lady last night. 1 o'clock in the morning, she decides it's fun to wake up. Let me see who's knocking on my door. Oh, God. Speak of the devil.
Hello. You looked lonely.
I'm never lonely when I have friends, okay?
Okay. Well, let your imagination think that.
Fine. You're pleasant today.
Hey, you just started your conversation about me.
Good Lord.
I mean, one of those days, one of those moods. What can I say? Gotta love me or you don't. Hi, everybody. Oh, man. Hi, Laura. Oh. Okay, come in here.
All right, let's make sure I don't miss anybody here. I'm going to go back to the top and say hello to everybody because I don't want to miss anybody.
Oh.
There's like a stupid book corner on here. Haha, done. 4 book corners. I win, you stupid book. All right. Let's go back up to the top. Let's see who's here. Miss Arlene is here. Hello. Miss Jessica is in the room, hanging out with us. Candy's here, of course. Lovely Marie. KK is here. She's actually watching a sale, though, you know, and hanging out with us all at the same time. She's multitasking. Sabrina's in the room. She finally woke up. Just going to catch you up on where everybody is, okay? Oh, Christina E. is in the house. Oh, of course, Tina's here, but, you know, she's always around.
I'm always.
All right, then we have Colleen and Laura Kai is here. Nice to see you, my darling. Steffi is here. Ah, hello, Steffi. All right. Y'all thought it was funny watching me learn how to make clusters. I'm going to try and teach Tina how to make a journal. But I'm not going to humiliate her publicly. I'm nicer than that.
Hey, you did that to yourself. You told me you wanted to come in and learn. I can't help it that the audience were making fun for laughing.
All right, we have book corners. I have pockets. I have journal cards. This
I made journals, but I always get I don't know, I mess them up somehow.
This one's getting decorated tomorrow.
And I want a book from Tina, so I'm gonna wait. Because the hubby was supposed to take me to St. Vincent de Paul to go look for Reader's Digest, but situation has changed.
All right, Arlene, if you're not back in 15 minutes, we'll call the authorities.
Oh, man.
What are you banging around?
I'm looking for a phone. I need a new phone. So, I'm looking for one. God, these little suckers are expensive, aren't they?
What?
The little foamies. What'd you put on Tim Holtz's little thingies?
The foamies?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the dauber pads?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you can actually buy that stuff by the sheet.
I go through them so much.
You can buy that by the sheet and just make your own daubers, you know.
Yeah. I should probably check into that. That would be a smart move, wouldn't it? But that's... Okay. That'd be too easy.
Yeah. See if I can find it. Um, I actually have it someplace. I need to find it. I'll find it and send it to you. There's a product. It's basically that stuff, but it's in a sheet.
Uh-huh.
So you can buy it by the sheet and make your own. And it's way cheaper.
That'd be cool.
Because the whole sheet's only like $5.
Yeah.
You get like the pack is like $5 or $6. And I think there's 2 sheets in there. And you can get like 25, 30 of those out of per sheet.
That would be awesome.
I need to wake up.
I was like, is that you or a dog?
It's me yawning. Shush.
It's like a dog going, oh.
I'm very upset
Okay, why?
because we went to go get my goldfish, and the only ones they had were these. And these Mickey Mouse heads suck. I don't know what it is, but they're gross. So now I'm putting them in a bag because my granddaughter loves them. Hi, Miss Lily. You never know when Lilybud is watching me. I am the only channel on YouTube she's allowed to go to
Ah,
on her tablet.
yeah.
And
That's
her
what
dad,
Allie. That's what Riley wanted for breakfast today was those things. I was on the phone with Diamond, and Riley, God, Allie must be on my mind. Riley came up with a bowl full of them, and she asked Diamond to put milk in them. Diamond looked down, and she was like, and Diamond, I laughed. The funny part was, Diamond grabbed the bowl, went to go do it, and then when she went to pour it, she's like, this ain't cereal.
Cheese and milk.
I was like, you are not having this for breakfast. I'll give you a bowl of cereal. I want fish. Determination of a 4-year-old,
Yep.
especially that one.
Lily's got a kid's tablet, and the only sites that she's allowed to visit are ones that her parents put in.
Yeah.
And the only YouTube channel she's allowed to go to is mine. And so I never know when she's going to be sitting there watching her playing with her tablet and decide she's going to go check out Bima. But boy, she knows when it's alive. Because she has to get permission to go on a live. So she goes and her mommy lets her have the permission. Yay! Arlene's back. She found her beading needles. And Steffi was playing with her new sprays and sprayed them on her. I hate when that happens. I only spray outside. If I spray outside. Because I'm a mess. So, yeah, I'm going to have some goldfish for breakfast.
I had General Charles chicken. I had it for dinner last night, too.
You know, I thought about your dilemma. You know, only being able to order it when you have other people because they won't deliver for less than 25.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just order yourself 2.
Yeah, no, that's what Diamond said too. It's like, well, please, Mom, order more than one. But then I would have had to eat alone anyways. And I eat alone enough.
Recalling some of the chat conversations we have, can she get what we're talking about? No, she's only 3.
Yeah.
Hey, but she's finally potty trained.
Nice. That's always good. So I did my cover in my new journal last night.
Yeah. Is that a file folder?
No. This is a delusion journal.
Oh. That's okay, Steffi. Now you'll have bright, colorful dreams. Now you look like a crafter. If you've got some kind of paint or spray or ink or glue or whatever on your clothes, you must be a crafter.
Yep. That's why I wear my slops. I've ruined too much clothes. Somebody come to my door, they'll look at me like, I had a guy like during, you know how they all knocking on your door to see who you're voting for. I mean, I don't know about you, but man, did we get hit. And I always wonder what they thought of me when I answered the door when I'm head to toe in pants that I got paint here, glue here. Because my clothes look like my mixed media art. Can I say it? I should sell it.
Tina's next sale will be
her clothes.
Secondhand garment, but first-hand work.
Yeah. Well, I walked in and Buddy of Scott's is a mechanic. And he goes to St. Vincent de Paul and he buys pallets of clothes that they just crunch in. It looks like a giant Rubik's Cube after a while.
Yeah.
And he buys it like that for rigs.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this one pallet he got was March of Dimes shirts. Just chock full, purple and white. Nothing wrong with them. It's just that they had bought so many for March of Dimes for something or another. And because then, and I bet you I got 50, 60 of those shirts. And he uses them for grease rags. I wear them till I get too much on them and then I throw them away. I just, matter of fact, asked him, got any more shirts in? Because he bought 3 of those things. He's like, nope. A little while, I'll have to open a new one. Why, you need some? I'm like, yep.
Yeah, the thrift stores, one of the things that they do, most thrift stores, the way that they work, other than donations, they buy stuff in bulk from like other charities, or it gets donated by a charity.
Yep.
Because they have to do like a 10% of their income has to be donated out in order to keep their charitable status. And then when the clothes have been there for so many weeks, and most of your little thrift stores, I mean, you probably can go into a little mom and pop type thrift store and find the same clothes for 10 years. But
yep.
Most of your bigger ones, like the Goodwill, Salvation Army, Savers, the St. Vincent de Paul's, the big ones, they keep it for so many weeks, and then they pull it off and they put it in the back, and they have a baler, which is what your friend buys. He buys it by the bale. And they bale it down, and it's probably like 3 feet by 3 foot.
Yeah, they're not tall.
And it's like all wired up and everything, and you have to break into it. But that is what they call ragging off. And they rag off clothing and sheets and blankets and towels and all that stuff. And then they sell it to somebody called a rag dealer. And the rag dealer then turns around and sells it for a couple of pennies more per pound to charitable organizations to take it to third world countries. And there could be shoes in there, purses in there, bedding in there, clothing in there, anything that's considered a soft good. And that's where the charities buy their clothing that they take over to third world countries.
Well, I know his is all clothes, all t-shirt, or all, this would happen to be all these March of Dime like t-shirts or something.
Yeah, the March of Dimes probably had an event, used the t-shirts, couldn't get rid of what they had left, and decided they would sell the bales to the thrift store, and the thrift store went, we can't just sell March of Dimes t-shirts.
Yeah, he bought 2-3 bales of those. So I was like, what the hell? I never, it was in the middle of his garage when we stopped there. Well, I picked through, and I bet you 50 shirts. I always wondered if, because you'd think I was wearing the same shirt, that it never changed clothes. But they make good junk clothes, as I call them. So if I get paint on them, I don't worry.
Don't care.
You have seen my hands when I do Mixmania. That's how my clothes look. Scott checks me for paint if we go outdoors.
Woman, you're not getting in the car until I've done my paint inspection.
Oh, why am I doing that again? We're going to start using out of the box. Yep. I was that child. My mom said, you put her in a dress, you better take a picture right away because within 5 minutes I'll have something on it. Because I asked my mom years later. You could see pictures of me where my grandmother would get her camera and take pictures of us all in our little Christmas dresses. She would snap pictures all the time, and then you'd see me in just regular Jane clothes, and I'd be like, why am I not in dress anymore? My mom's like, because you had to go to the damn barn. She goes, when I go to my grandparents, I don't want to stay in the house. I want to go out in the barn with my grandfather. So we'd hurry up, take your picture, then you'd change. You'd be out in the barn. And then you'd come waltzing in and with Grandpa. Because you'd have never known if you walked in my grandparents' house that my grandfather was, how some farms, you can kind of smell it in the house?
Yeah.
With my grandparents, you'd never know that because my grandmother made my grandfather change his clothes in the entranceway. Even for lunch, he had to change. So I always had clothes there so I could change in the entranceway before I came in our house. But my mom says I couldn't keep a dress on. I could never keep a dress on me, for one. I ain't wearing no stinking dress. Those are made for sissies. Yep. Do her, maybe do her. Ouch, man.
Ugh.
That's how I feel today.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the why am I here mode.
I finally did all my dishes from this weekend, or I should say all my cups from this weekend.
Yeah, what is the obsession with small children and cups?
I have no idea. And they each got their own damn cup. They got their mug for like hot stuff, and they got their cup for like juice. I told Scott, I think they said I needed to wash every mug in the cupboard this weekend when they were drinking their lattes. Or their tea, I should say, because they like that milk and what the hell is it now? Lost my thought. Whatever. But yeah, I was like, because Scott came home and he looked, because I'm this type of grandmother. I buy paper plates. And so there wasn't much dishes. There should have been, and especially Friday night we had takeout. Saturday was pizza. Sunday was SpaghettiOs. So it was a couple bowls, but it was all these cups. I cleaned out my whole cupboard. I think I have 2 cups left in my cupboard. And I just looked at it on Monday. Was like, oh my God, recovery. I felt like a giant hangover this week, you know? And so I didn't do it Monday.
I feel you.
And then Tuesday I woke up and then I got invaded again. And that felt like, yeah, I ain't doing it. I just was like, yeah, whatever. There are cups on my cupboard. You don't like it, don't come in my house. But I got to them this morning when I got up, went right at it. But Scott goes, because he walked in and he saw me take the rest of, because I only have a 12-piece setting. So it's all 12 cups plus 3 other mugs that are mine. I have the 12 cups that match my plate setting, and I have 3 extra mugs that one is one that I use for when I make tea. The other 2 are spares. So I took them out. They didn't touch mine. They just took every blue mug out of the cupboard. And I washed the cupboard. Scott saw me take the rest of it. I figured it was that empty. I might as well wash the bottom of the cupboard.
Well, when we moved out and we're no longer sharing a house with my daughter, we were like, we left and we packed up because we had used my dishes.
Uh-huh.
Because my daughter, she has like a service for 8.
Yeah.
I have a service for 20. So when we live together, we use my dishes because it just makes sense. That way we have enough plates and glasses for everybody. When we moved out, we packed up the dishes and my daughter goes into the cabinet. And she's like, Mom, you forgot stuff. I said, no, I didn't forget anything. She goes, but there's all these plastic cups and plates and stuff. And I, well, you know, those are for you. And she was like, what? I was like, well, for the kids, you know. And she goes, oh, okay. And we moved in here and we were like, you know, we'll just use paper plates and no big deal. I'll tell you what, we weren't here a week when those grandbabies came to visit. And we went out and bought new plastic cups and new plastic plates.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And see, Allie doesn't like her food being touched for some reason. I don't know. So, all the kids' plates I have are like those little lunch trays.
Yeah.
Remember our lunch trays in school?
Yeah, we got them too.
Yeah. She's always been that way since she was little. So that's the type I bought for the other 2 because then they stack together nicely. Them are cute, by the way, those little tickets.
I was bored.
But just like her gravy, she likes the gravy, but she won't have it on top of her potatoes. I don't know what that is. Now she has actually started putting the gravy on top of the potatoes. But she would take her potatoes and scoop into the gravy. Weird little, I guess, fetish or whatever they call them.
Yeah, dude was the same way. Dude doesn't like beans. Anything that's beans. So, like, he doesn't like pork and beans, green beans. If it's a lentil, he doesn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But he will eat baked beans. But it can't touch any of his other food. So when you scoop his baked beans out, you have to use a slotted spoon and like tap it like 20 times so you get rid of all the liquid.
Yeah.
And he just wants just the dried beans. Now, Buggy will eat anything as long as it has ketchup on it.
No, I
We actually had to go out. You know, you go to Walmart and they have like in the front, the deli, they have like all the hot food. And on the top, they have like the little containers of ranch sauce and stuff.
Yeah.
We went in one time and they had these like 3-inch tall little ketchup bottles, Heinz ketchup.
Yeah.
And we bought one and we took it home and we were like, that's your ketchup limit per meal. That's what you, but he won't drink tomato juice.
See, my son is all barbecue. Everything has barbecue on it. He's not a ketchup kid. He's the barbecue kid. He gets that from me because I like barbecue sauce. And it don't matter. His eggs, barbecue. His French fries, barbecue. Anything that a normal person would put ketchup on, it's barbecue. And anything that a normal person wouldn't put barbecue on, it's barbecue.
I don't know. Kids have weird stuff. Shaylee would not eat pork, like ham.
Mm-hmm.
So we told her it was pink chicken to get her to eat it.
Mm-hmm. Until she got older and realized it.
Nope, still pink chicken.
Oh.
She's 12.
Yep.
And her brothers call it pink chicken.
Yeah, I can't eat anything with pink in it. Any meat. My steak's got to be well done. Scott always says I ruin them. And he has, if we go out to get steak, he has to cut into my steak to see if there's any pink or any blood. And if there is, he has to send it back because if I look at it, it turns my stomach and I can't eat.
Yeah, it's the only fault I've found in you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. They'll come to the table with the steak.
Just remind me when I come up in that area and I take you out Scaventure and we stop to get something for lunch. Remind me not to take you to a steakhouse.
Yeah. And they'll come to bring the steaks up to the table and they'll be like, who's, and I'll be like, you might as well just put it on his side. He has to cut in it first and let you know if it's good. And they'll look at us real strange because we've had to send them back.
Is her steak gray? Okay, it's done.
Yep.
Yeah, some people are weird. Like they love ketchup, but they won't eat tomatoes, or they love tomatoes and they won't eat ketchup. I remember one time when Buggy was little, his mom went grocery shopping and she came home. And you know, when you go grocery shopping, you come home and you put the groceries like on the counter because you want to look in the refrigerator, make sure you get rid of like the old stuff.
Yep.
You don't want to put new vegetables in a vegetable bin that has old veggies in it.
Yep.
So you pull the old stuff out and you're like, okay, this is good. I'll make a salad tonight and I'll put the fresh veg. Well, she would pull everything out and she would put it on the counter, like on the island if it went in the cabinet in the pantry, and then on the counter if it went in the canned good cabinet, and the stuff in the refrigerator went like next to the sink. She wanted to do the refrigerator last, so she put everything into the pantry. She's over there, she's putting the canned goods in, and then one of the other kids got in something upstairs and she ended up having to run upstairs. And she comes back downstairs and she starts putting the new tomatoes and she realizes each and every one of them has a bite out of it. She left Buggy unchaperoned. Why did you do this? And he went, I wanted to see if they were different.
How old is he?
Now he's like 8.
Oh.
He did that. He was like 4.
Mm-hmm.
She calls me up. She's like, Mom, do you want some salad? I'm like, sure. Why? She's like, Buggy ate all the tomatoes, 1 bite each.
See, I love tomato juice or like V8s. I love tomato soup, but I don't like tomatoes. I don't eat them on my, like when me and Scott doesn't either. When we have our BLT, it's lettuce. It's bacon, lettuce, no tomato.
BLT?
Yep. Neither one of us like tomatoes. Scott doesn't like tomato soup though, but I love tomato soup.
It's a texture thing for me.
Yeah, a lot of people it is.
Yep. Now I can take a whole tomato, and I'll crush the living hell out of that tomato and make it juicy and put it in my chili and I'll eat it.
Laura's going to go get some dip for her veggies. I don't know. When I grew up, my grandfather always had a garden, and I don't mean a garden. I mean
a garden.
A garden, like
Yep.
3 acres.
Yep. So did my grandfather.
And I would go out there.
3 days just to weed it.
I would go out there and I would eat green beans right off the vine.
Yep.
Bell peppers, like
Yep.
apples.
Yep. Carrot.
Tomatoes. Ugh.
No, I never was I never was a tomato eater.
My grandfather grew true Jersey beefsteaks. They're mostly meat. They have almost no seed in them.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it's a totally different texture. And like we live out here and they're like, oh, beefsteak tomatoes. And I'm like, no, that's not a beefsteak tomato. If it's got seeds in it, it is not a beefsteak. About the only thing that I wouldn't eat fresh that he grew was like, the potatoes and stuff. But even the carrots, I'd pull a carrot out of the ground, rinse it off and eat it.
Yep, me too. Because we had a garden hose hooked up to another little well or whatever piping for our garden hose next to the garden. Radishes. Yep.
And he used to have like corn on the cob that was just so sweet.
And then I remember when it came time to pick it all and we'd start canning it. I told my kids once, you know what I always told my kids? I don't remember. We were talking when Sam's vehicle got broken into, and the kids I got woke up because the kids claimed they were in their car in my driveway. So I had to wait for Sam to get back from work. And I said, I ain't calling I said, if I call Sam out of work, that means my husband has to leave too, because that's my son-in-law's ride. I said, these little SOBs can wait. So we ended up waiting like 2 hours. And for them to come home from work. I wasn't pulling them out of work. I said, are you going to pay my husband and my son-in-law the hours they would miss for this? Probably not. So, because I didn't know it was in Sam's parents' vehicle, because it was actually Sam's parents' vehicle. And they weren't answering the damn phone. So the officer's standing there and talking, and Xavier's standing there. I said, you know what? I said, ask my son when I told him if he ever got in trouble, I was going to do to him. And Xavier's funny. He goes, which one? I said, the hard labor one. Oh, you were going to send us to your friend Jesse's farm.
Yeah, Arlene, I was bad. That's the only thing that I'm looking forward to moving out of Nevada is being able to have a garden.
And because I always told the kids, you get in trouble, you're going to Jesse's. You're going to you're going to spend the summer at Jesse's. And see, my buddy Jesse's is one of the largest farms in the state of Wisconsin. It's been generations. And each child got a section, and they got a milk house, their own section of this big. It's more of a corporation than just a little farm. And it's huge. Even I laugh because I always teased them about milking, because my heyday of milking was milkers. You put the leather strap over and you put the thing underneath it, the milker.
Yep.
Well, you could tell they upgraded when things came out, because now it's all lines going through its barn, and the milkers come down and you just grab it and you put it on, and it's all milk goes up in lines. But
where's the fun in that?
That's what I said to him that one day. I said to him, but they still have to get up at a certain time to go milk, and they're talking 300 head. Like 60. You're talking 300. I mean, they basically have parlors, and each one of the siblings has a parlor, as they put it, and but it's all that still go around getting up, going to have to bale hay to have hay and this and that. So I told Xavier, I'll send you up by Jesse, and you ain't going to do the easy milking that he's got. I'll make sure you have to pick up the manure, have to get up, go do the hay baling. You'll find out how hard labor is. The police officer goes, I like your attitude. He goes, that's what they should do to these kids that get in trouble, instead of slapping them on the wrist. I said, yeah. They wouldn't be out here doing this shit again. They knew they had to go to work camps. He goes, would you tell a judge that? I'd look right at the judge and tell him what I want my kid to do.
Forced labor. Forced labor.
Yep. Said it didn't hurt me. We had friends and family. They want to take their kids away one week in the summer, and he would hire me and my brother to do his milking. We didn't have to do anything else except go in the morning and then in the evening to milk his cows and feed them. Other than that, that I knew how that was. I used to go bale hay that one summer I made over $1,000 working for him.
Hi, Carla.
When I was a kid, that was good money.
Carla's here.
Hello, Carla.
The thing is when we were kids, we'd work on the family farm. We plowed the snow with our hands and a shovel.
Yep.
We did all that kind of stuff. And today, the way that these kids are raised today, they're like, that was abusive.
Yep.
That was abusive. No, that was giving you a work ethic. That was having you contribute to the family. That was.
Yep.
It wasn't abusive, people.
Child labor. La, 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 la.
I suffered trauma from my childhood trauma. And some people have trauma. Don't get me wrong. Some people have trauma.
Yep.
But you know what? Getting your butt spanked because you were misbehaving, that's not trauma, people.
Yep. I always said there's a difference from a spanking to a beating. I said a little tap on the butt once in a while does not hurt. Matter of fact, a granddaughter got one here last night. Riley, for some reason, she acts up when she's here. I don't know if it's happened to share Nana's toys with her siblings. We don't know where it's coming from. She doesn't want to. Probably because I said to Diamond, she's here so often by herself. And then when she's here with Diamond and Lakota, she doesn't think she has to share those toys. We don't know. But she threw such a tantrum yesterday. And then, which got her in trouble, she screamed at me, I hate you, Nana. And that's what really got her in trouble. Well, then she started kicking. And then she got in bigger trouble. And Sam's the seed. My son-in-law's the softie. Diamond's the wall parent kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for Sam to give her a little pat on the butt yesterday, surprised the hell out of me. She's the baby. She's got her daddy wrapped right around her finger. And it's...
Look, I love my grandkids. I adore my grandkids, but I raise my grandkids the exact same way that I raised their parents. It's a philosophy. If your mouth offends, I'm popping you in the mouth.
Yep.
If you touch something that you're not supposed to, so your hands have offended, I'm slapping your hand. General stupidity, I'm going for the largest portion of you, that backside.
Yep.
Now, I have gotten to the point my grandkids are 8, 9, and 12. 8, 10, and 12. Alex's kids, they were the ones that were primarily raised in my house. And, it's been quite a few years since I've had to auto-correct any behavior. They have learned the looks of grandma.
Oh, yeah.
I can actually do that to other people's children in public. Like we've been someplace and like my kids are acting up and I will look at my grandchildren and they will stop. Like we're at a party, like a birthday party or something.
Yeah.
And the other kids that are acting up, I look at them the same way and their parents are like, how do you do that?
Yep. I've already been in stores and thinking it's one of my grandkids and went and disciplined him and it wasn't mine. And the lady goes, man, it's all, I always tell Diamond, it's in the tone.
Yep.
Cause she'd be like, And I don't have no problem taking a kid out of the store and go sit in the car because their life's going to be miserable because I'd rather be in a store shopping. My
Well,
stuff out.
my grandkids learned very early in life, as my kids learned very early in life. If we go out in public and you behave yourself, there's a reward for that. But if you irritate me, oh, grandma don't care. She'll drop your pants right there in the parking lot. Now, nobody else is allowed.
My stepdaughter found that out with us shopping, and my mom handled that one because my mom's philosophy was she was the grandparent, I was the parent. She didn't want to give the impression that if grandma was around, grandma's there to save the world, or
Hi, Sharon.
So my mom never overstepped when I was with her. Now, if she had the grandkids on her own, that was how she handled it. But she could tell the frustration in me. That day, I'll never forget it. We were at Walmart. And I made exceptions for Xandra because she is a coke child. Her mother did coke through her pregnancy, so she's delayed by at least 4 years. So at 10, she's 4. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But there's times where she could push your buttons where you wanted just to, you're on the verge of losing it. And my mom noticed it that day. My mom took her Xandra kicking and screaming out of the store, 10-year-old, kicking and screaming, went to the car. And they came back about 20 minutes later. And I never had another problem in the store with that child again. I don't know what my mom did or what my mom said. But yeah. For all I know is don't do drugs when you're pregnant. Messes up your babies. But her other grandmother would put up with this and say, here you go, here you go. That was the answer. I feel sorry for her because this child has never had to work for anything. It's always been given to her. She is 34. Yeah, 34 and still lives under her grandparents' roof. And I always wonder, what is she going to do when they're gone? Because they've never taught her life skills. It's the best way I can put it. We tried.
That's what she always does. And I am working on some tags that I started last week for no general reason other than I just started them, so I'm going to do them.
I am coloring an image to put in I'm going to be art journaling with this one being a corner.
And Amy's making tea-dyed paper.
And then I have a saying I'm going to be writing it here.
I heard the familiar sound of the plastic coming off the tea box.
Well, the joke between my mom would be, we'd be out shopping and we'd always say, the Walmart kid followed us. The Walmart kid followed us.
Good Arlene.
Yeah.
Arlene says she had to speed out of a store years ago. A little boy was being awful. Dad was useless. No mom in sight. Daughter, 5 years old at the time, stands up in the basket and tells the man, if you whoop that boy's butt, he wouldn't act like that.
That is the most of babes.
Oh my God. I had years ago when Cassie was very young, we took her to a therapist for some issues. And we're waiting for the you go into the therapist's office and you flip the light switch to let them know you're there.
Yeah.
So we go in and we flip the switch and we're waiting. And that's like a 2-part waiting room. There's like a playroom. And then there's like the section with the chairs and the magazines. And because this is like a group practice, and there's like 5-6 therapists in here and they all see different people.
Yep.
Well, we're sitting there. My kids are like, they weren't very old. They were like 10, 8 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like reading a magazine, watching what's on the television in the waiting room, behaving themselves. I think Mikey had gotten up and gotten a toy. But he was just playing with it quietly, like by my feet.
Yeah.
And this woman comes in with her son, and she flips a switch, and her son runs into the toy room, and he starts pulling toys out and throwing them around. Like, not even playing with them. He's just literally pulling them out and throwing them. And the mom is like, sweetheart, you need to pick that up. And he's like, screw you. And he takes out something else and throws that. And she's like, honey, you need to put away this toy before you start playing with another toy. I don't want to. And he's losing his crap. And his therapist comes out to grab him. And the mom is trying to like get him to put stuff away. She's like, sweetheart, you need to put this away now. You need to put this away. Honey, why don't you pick this up and put it back? It would be very nice if you clean. And this little kid has lost it. He has now completely gone to just screaming on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And the mother looks over and she goes, sorry, ADHD. And one of my kids goes, no, a whooping. And just as like my daughter's therapist comes out, and she kind of giggles as we're walking down the hall. I went, she's probably right. She goes, yeah, a good spanking would probably do that one some good.
Plus a parent that goes, oh, honey. Set up. Go over there and get those toys picked up. Now.
Put authority in your voice, you know. You made that mess, young man. Get it picked up now. I don't want to. I don't care.
I always said if my mom's, because I have Diamond says I can do my nanotone so good, and my mother tone, she says it's scary, and Diamond hasn't got it yet. She's been a mother for 10 years. She don't get it. I'm like it, because she says, man, you and grandma could just like that.
She'll get it.
Yep.
I told you her day is almost here.
Yep.
They're almost at the age
Yep.
where it's just one day they do something that pushes that last button and she goes, oh, hell no, we're done.
Yep. And I don't remember what Coda did. And I try not to overstep, I'll sit there and I'll look and I'll wait. And then I'll be like, Diamond's still like 6 times. And I'll be like, look, Coda, get over there and pick that up. They stop instantly. Right over and it does it. Diamond looked at me and I'm like, I'm sorry, I couldn't take it anymore. She's like, I really need to figure that out. Because Coda's the kid that tests the boundaries.
Yeah, he pushes it.
Yeah. He's fine. Like I said, I told Diamond, that kid is from 7:30 till 3:30. He is the most well-behaved child. And then once 3:30 hits, you never know it's the same kid. He's so, because school prone. I remember Diamond would tell me, she goes, I don't understand it, Mom. Well, not that he's a bad kid. Don't get me wrong. But she's like, the teacher says he's well-behaved, sits in his desk, da-da-da-da-da. He doesn't do that at home. I'm like, no, because he's school trained. When he gets home, all his pent-up energy comes out. Hello, have fun with that. Your brother was the same way.
Yep.
But likes to push, and he thinks he's funny. Because he can't tell the difference. It's not fun. It's not being funny.
What do you mean that's not hilarious?
And he does have ADD, HD. He is hyperactive. But Diamond doesn't want to medicate him. And I don't, she goes, I don't want to medicate him, Mom. I'm like, I didn't medicate your brother until the school told me I had to. I said, you just work around it. You just find outlets.
Dietary.
What?
You can fix that stuff with diets.
Yeah, she did. She has. She's done a lot of ways. He has blossomed in the last probably once they started taking him to talk to a therapist and work out because he gets angry so easily, and then he doesn't know how to handle that anger or where they've worked on that. I've seen a change in him.
Okay, little boys, and he's what, 6, 7?
7.
Okay, yeah, he's at the age. His testosterone has started.
Yep.
Buy the boy a freaking punching bag.
I did. I found it at a garage sale this summer. Yep. It stands up. It goes. You can raise it up or down with his height. Yep. He uses it constantly. Diamond goes, go. Diamond, I've heard Diamond literally go punch your punching bag.
Yep.
She's like, Mom, because we were at a block sale and me and Coda walked forward and I had that bot and Diamond walked up because the tag was off it. She walked up to the guy because that's what the therapist told her to do. Go buy him a punch bag. So they were actually going to buy it for him for Christmas because they looked into them and they're not cheap.
No, they're not.
So she saw this one at a garage sale and she says to the guy, how much? She says to the guy, how much is that punching bag? He goes, it just sold. And she's like, damn it. Not knowing it was me that bought it. Because I told the guy, I said, I'll have to have my daughter come back with her truck to get it. She's moving the vehicle now. I went to the next sale. And
Yes, Candy. She was up all damn night.
no, I went back to bed. I went to bed with my hubby.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And then I woke up. When did him and I wake up? 11 o'clock? Hi, JT. Yeah, and he's out there shoveling and starting a truck to go get me Pepsi. Because I'm out.
Oh.
Diamond goes, I thought it was funny. She goes, we get in a truck and she's like, man, Mom, I missed a good deal. And I'm like, what? She goes, on a punching bag for Coda. I'm like, oh, you mean the one I have to go back and pick up? She goes, you bought that? I'm like, yeah, I bought that. I said, I even talked the guy down because I said, by the way, I'm like, you still have, I mean, it was like $25. And I said to the guy, I have 20. And he took 15, so I had extra money to go to the next garage sale. He wanted it gone. So, was it the type that they were initially going to get him? Because they were going to get him the bag type. Okay?
Yeah.
This one was on, it kind of reminded me on a pedestal of a basketball hoop, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy says he drained the sand out of it because the thing was heavy. He said, I took the sand out of it. He goes, and because he told me, he says, now buy a bag of sand, put sand on it, it'll keep it down. And then it had the metal pole and it went up and you had two different type of bags you could attach of like a little, I call it the balloon shape type one.
A speed bag, yeah.
Or it had a minier side big punching bag one type.
A body bag.
Yeah. But it's doing its trick. Because I think, like Sam said, the punching bag one, it's like 13 pounds, you know? But they got the little one on there. And it can rise. It goes from height. So right now, for his age, it's perfect. Sam said, I didn't even know they did that. Where they were going to go buy him a bag. And Sam's like, I don't know where we're going to put it. We had to put it in the basement rafter, you know? Where this one could be in his room. You can hear him in there. It came with boxing gloves.
Yeah.
Yep.
I bought one for all my boys.
Yep.
Because they get to this point where the testosterone comes out and they just they can't handle it. It floods them.
Yeah. And so because I'm like, Diamond, we have to go to the ATM because I only grab $40 to go to a block sale. So Diamond's like, no, don't worry about it, Mom, I have money. She took a couple hundred out where I only took 40. But
yeah, Arlene, absolutely. When you have a deaf child in public school, their attitude gets bad. Because either they're getting teased or the teachers tend to ignore them because they don't want to deal with the extra having to sign or go through the interpreter or, hand gesture what it is they want. So a lot of times the teachers ignore them. And if you're fortunate enough to have a school district where they provide the interpreter, the kid gets teased because somebody else talks for them.
well, you know what Diamond went through with Coda? Because Coda had light and noise sensory issues.
Right.
And so when we discovered that, we discovered it by accident. This kid went into a panic meltdown when we were at a parade. That's how it started. Because he would, so I ended up leaving the parade with him, and he totally calmed down within minutes. But when we went back to parade, we saw it was, so, and he always told me the lights bother him. It's the lights. Coda to this day has to have the light on in his room or he will not go to sleep. Okay. And so when we went to the doctor and we were talking, that's how we figured out that he had light and noise sensory, whatever it's called. So because he wouldn't eat at school. He'd rather sit in a classroom and he wouldn't let him. Because in the gym, it's so loud that it intensifies and it bugged him. So we got him those little ear thingies that go over his head. And I'd get phone calls because he wouldn't eat. So I went to school one day. I told them, you know what? I wanted these. I'm that parent that just randomly shows up to see how my child's doing. I told Diamond, and Diamond couldn't do it because she had to work. So I said to Diamond, I'm going to randomly show up I want to know when Coda's lunchtime is. Because we'd get notes. Coda didn't eat his lunch today. And I walked in at lunchtime, knew Diamond found out when his lunchtime was, and I went to school. He is sitting in the gym and with his hands over his ears. So I said to the teacher, where is his ear muffins, whatever they're called? I don't remember. What are those ear things? She goes, I can't single him out to make sure he has them every day. I said he's in kindergarten. It is your job to do that. And that's medical. I said, you know what? I said, man, I have a good attorney. I said, this one would really be a nice lawsuit for you in the school. This is medical. This ain't just because his parents want him to do this.
No, they're ignoring medical needs.
Yeah. So I went to the principal.
Darla!
Hi, Darla. And here I said to Diamond, I came home to Diamond. I said to Diamond, I know why he's not eating. Why? I said, because he's sitting there in his seat in the lunchroom with his hands over his ears because he can't handle the noise. Because they're not putting his ear guards on or whatever the hell you want to call those things.
Oh, Arlene, he was at Gallaudet. Yeah, they coddled him. It's an immersion, but they coddle them there. They do. I will give you that. They like the teachers at Gallaudet, and I think a lot of it too is because even the teachers at Gallaudet are deaf, so they tend to not challenge the kids in any way.
What's a Gallaudet?
Gallaudet is it's the school specifically for deaf people. It's the only deaf university in the United States. As a matter of fact, the only deaf university in the world.
Okay.
Gallaudet is the guy who invented American Sign Language.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, if you're going to be a sign language interpreter, you must attend classes at Gallaudet. And the only way to be certified as a sign language interpreter is to be certified through Gallaudet. It is the only university whose president is actually the sitting president of the United States. So when you graduate from Gallaudet, the university president, who they call the viceroy, signs your diploma, and the sitting president signs your diploma.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Learn
something new again.
But it is literally the deaf school. And there are people that come, like, there's different sign languages around the world.
Mm-hmm.
But there are people that come from other countries to learn American Sign Language because it's such a prevalent language. We have more words than any other language. Like if you go to the UK and you learn sign language in the UK, just their alphabet, you need 2 hands to do it. But you could do the entire alphabet with 1 hand in the US.
Okay.
So there are people that come from around the world to come to the to the United States to attend Gallaudet University.
Gotcha.
and it is a complete immersion program. And they're also the people that are behind. There's a program, every state in the United States can have a deaf school completely free. They only have to provide a building and property.
Oh, excuse me.
The federal government, through Gallaudet University, provides teachers, curriculum, extracurricular programs, and it is a live-in school. Your kids there Monday through Friday. They come home on the weekends. They come home for spring break, Christmas break, summer, all that. But they do it because they want these kids to be in an immersion program.
Mm-hmm.
And they do family programs. So, like, we don't have Nevada, Hawaii, and there's one other state that doesn't have a deaf school. So years ago, when Mikey was still young, Mike was thinking about taking a job in Oklahoma, because Oklahoma has a deaf school that also has what they call a sibling program, where Cassie could go to regular school and then she could go to Gallaudet over like Christmas break or spring break, and on the weekends she could go to that deaf school and be in an immersion program to learn to sign.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So your family would learn so you could communicate. Oh, okay, gotcha.
See, when Mikey was here, I was his ears.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we would go out someplace and somebody would say something to him that he didn't understand. And I would tell them, you know, listen, he's deaf, completely deaf on one side. He can hear you on the other. So I need you to make sure that he's looking at you when you talk to him, because he needs to be able to read your lips, and he needs to be able to hear what you're saying. And if he understands the context of a conversation, he can read lips quite well. And he's worked with businesses that didn't realize he was deaf for months. And they just learned to make those accommodations for him. Like if you're talking to him, you have to tap him. And so he turns around to look at you.
Yeah.
But that was kind of one of the things, like for him to be able to leave here. I told him, I said, I will legally stop you. I will do everything that I need to do to legally stop you from leaving this state unless your girlfriend can sign. So she spent 2 years learning basic sign language. I sent her all the files and folders and all the visuals and everything so that she could learn. And he's like, before he left, I said, well, can she sign? He goes, she signs better than I do, Mom.
Oh, she took it serious.
Yeah, because there was no way I was letting my baby go
Yeah.
where he didn't have a voice.
Yeah.
You know, and she had to understand a few things, and her and I had some conversations. Like, don't try to get him to go on amusement park rides. He does not like them. It's an equilibrium thing. Deaf kids don't like that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take him to very loud things, because he does hear some in one ear.
Mm-hmm. But it's probably totally intensifies.
Yeah, it's just noise to him.
Yeah.
You know, like we'd go through the casino. 16 years old, we're walking through a casino, and my son is clinging to me because of all the machines and the whistles and the bells and the music and the conversation and everything. It's too much for him. It's sensory overload.
Yep.
And I was like, you know, there's a few things you have to know about. You can't do these things for him. And you have to make sure that if he has an alarm set, that you wake up to make sure he gets up for that alarm, because he will not always wake up for it. And we did think about getting him a thumper,
Mm-hmm.
but he moves too much. He's a complete wiggle butt. So like I borrowed a thumper and we put it under his mattress for a couple of times. And because I borrowed one from the library to see if it would work for him.
It slipped right through it, didn't he?
Oh, he just kicked it out from underneath the mattress. It, like, all the moving he did, it went out from underneath the mattress, between the mattress and box spring. He was on the floor, just beating on the floor. But I laughed. I was like, yeah, okay, that's not going to work.
I don't remember the name of what my son has dyslexia. He's not hyper. He just got the attention deficit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a writing disorder, but I don't know the proper name for the writing disorder. You can't read my son's writing because of his dyslexia. He should have been a doctor. You know how they say that how doctors sign?
Yeah.
And that was majority of Xavier's grades. He'd get low grades because the teachers couldn't read it. And it wasn't till we moved to a different school district and I had to do his IEP meeting.
Hi, Tina.
Because hi Tina, he also had learning disabilities on top of all this. You know, I said, this poor kid, because I prayed when I'm like, I hope my children don't have my learning, because I was I'm learning disability. I couldn't comprehend it, and comprehension for me sucks. You could probably tell that in our conversations.
Yes, that's probably what it is, dysgraphia.
And I have no problem asking, going, what's that mean? Okay. That's why you always hear me, oh, I learned something new again today. But when I was setting up his IEP meeting, I said, I need teachers that understand my son's writing sucks. They should have never taught this child cursive, is what his doctor said, because he starts writing cursive and then his mind can't think what the E is in cursive. So he'll print it and then he'll think, okay, the next one I know what it is. So I'll cursive that one. That's how his mind works. So half his letters, what he's writing is in cursive and printing, but it's all together. So it looks like a bunch of scramble. They got him this keyboard thing, which his assignment, she looked at, she got out his records and I said, another thing, my child is the child that if you give him homework, it goes from his class to his locker. I guarantee it's in his locker. It's probably done, but it never makes it back to the classroom. So with his new IEP teacher at Southwest versus West, their program for I don't remember, they had a name for it, but they met weekly with him versus where I couldn't tell you if they ever met with my kid after the meeting was set up. He graduated because of me and this lady. Because Xavier had no more homework. If he didn't finish the assignment that class day, he would do it. The teacher would send her an email, and she would go make sure he was doing it in his study hall. Okay? Because when she would raid his locker, as we called it, every assignment would be in there. Done. Just not turned in. Because that's how his mind worked. Because he was the child, if I said, Xavier, go pick up your Legos, your Matchbox cars, and anything else, he'd sit there in that room going, But if I said, go pick up your cars, he'd pick up every car. Then come back and say, I picked up my cars, Mama. Okay, go back and pick up your Legos. I could not send this kid with more than one chore.
Right, one instruction, yeah.
Yep. So he got this keyboard, and his assignments were put in a keyboard by the teacher with one of those little gadget things you can plug in. And he'd do it there, and he typed it out, and then they would plug it into their laptop every day and see his assignments. Because the one teacher asked him, this teacher was a smart ass. She was like, I don't believe he got the right answer, so that's why I failed him. And I'm like, ask him the question. So she asked him a question, and he answered her like that. And she went, oh. I'm like, yeah. I said, you know what? I said, I was that type of kid. I said, literally would study for a test and fail a test. And my mom went to school, couldn't figure out how in the hell I failed that test. So the teacher went to me, and it was a history test. I don't remember the question, but the teacher went, Tina, and I'm like, what? He read the question off the test, and he goes, and I'm like, oh, that's this. I started taking all my tests orally in high school because I could, for some reason, from mine to paper, I'd fail.
See, that's what I like about the school that Alex has the kids in now. It's a STEAM academy. Now, I had Buggy tested. I had him put in a special program when he was little because when he was 4, he amputated 2 of his fingers. And so he's missing the tip of his index finger and the middle finger on his right hand, and he's right-handed. So I took him in. Being a foster parent, I kind of knew what programs were available. And I took him in and had him tested by a group called Child Find. And they put him into a special program. I think he was like 3.5 when he cut his fingers off, just going on 4. They put him into a special school program, which was kind of nice because when he would get picked up in the morning to go to school, and they picked him up regardless, his brother and sister could get on the bus with him. So we didn't have to worry about getting those two to school in the morning. And he would go to school, and they had like 5 teachers for like 8 kids. And they worked on finding his learning style. They worked on his fine motor skills on his right hand so that he could hold crayons, hold pencils, be able to pull stuff out of like a container because he was missing 2 fingers, two tips of his fingers. So they had to reteach him like how to hold a crayon, how to hold a pencil, because you don't realize it, but you use those 2 fingers primarily when you're holding a pen or pencil.
Yeah.
And the school that they go to is a STEAM academy, and it's more about knowing what you're doing than about the actual outcome. So like if he spells phonetically when he writes something, if it's phonetic, the teachers don't take off any points for misspelling. They get the credit for it because at least it's on the paper and it's legible and they have the correct idea. But they work like Shaylee is a very book learner. She has to read it, and once she reads it, she understands it.
Yep, that's Allie.
Dude is very tactile. He has to touch it and figure it out.
Yep.
Buggy, on the other hand, Buggy is very much I can't sit here and give you the written answer, but if you ask me, I will give you the correct answer. So for him, they do everything orally.
Yeah.
And they specifically tailor to each kid.
Yep, that's how I was taught orally.
Hi, Zoe.
Now, if you would have said, here's the directions to that charm the
door.
other day, there'd have been no way I'd have been able to figure out that direction on that charm. You walking me through it, I did it. Now, if you would have handed me the directions, it takes me a while, but I can figure it out. But I can't remember. Xavier got diagnosed. It's a writing. There is a such thing as a writing disorder, but I got it state notified. The lady had me fill out paperwork so that it could never be used against him for a job.
Yeah, he has what's called dysgraphia.
Is that what it is? I know
Yeah.
It's one of those big, big words. Because when he went to school this past year, I said to Xavier, did you, when you filled out that paperwork, you had him photocopy your card that you have, right? Because he's got a card that's state certified, whatever it is, disorder.
Right.
And he goes, yeah. And the instructor, all Xavier's, whatever it was written or drawn or whatever for mechanically, because my son is a diesel mechanic, which was a lot of hands-on anyways. He said, Mom, there wasn't a lot of book where I had to write, so that was good. But his teacher had Xavier do anything that needed to be written on his laptop. He did have to do some with rulers or tape measures where they had to measure or whatever. That he had to do, but he gave Xavier extra time if he needed it.
Right.
But he said, because that always concerned me. I said, there's no way my son could work for somewhere where he'd have to fill out paperwork. They wouldn't be able to read it. And he's allowed a calculator because he can't add in his head either. My son's not that kid that can add numbers in his head. I'm like, I laugh. I said, that poor kid. I said, me and Scott's DNA in that child, he ended up with dyslexia. Me and Scott both had have dyslexia. Scott wasn't diagnosed with dyslexia until later in life, where I was diagnosed early.
Bye, Arlene.
And
Right.
then I had learning. Scott didn't have learning disabilities, but I did. Poor Xavier got swamped. Now Diamond, she was the child that they wanted to put her a grade ahead, and I said no, I wouldn't allow it. They wanted to move her a couple grades ahead because she was so advanced. Now with Allison, and Diamond says, she's like, Mom, I don't know what to do about this. So Diamonds took it. Matter of fact, Allie had her first appointment today. Allie has anxiety. If she gets one question wrong on a test, the world's coming to an end. She'll literally break her. The other day she got here and I'm like, Allie, what's wrong? And then she told me she missed one question on a test and the world came down and she was a ball of tears. Her anxiety, she's scared to fail. And Diamond's like, Diamond doesn't put it like this. She goes, Mom, I don't know where this comes from. It's not like I expect my kids to be A students. I don't put that on them. So they don't, so now they have her talking. She mentioned it to Xavier. Florida's therapist about Allie. So now Allie's gonna go talk to the therapist a little bit too. Because it's the teacher noticed it too. Because the teacher said she gets so down on herself if she fails.
All right. Jersey's in the house.
Hello, Jersey.
Hey, babe, what's up?
What's with the heart and rainbows? That's kind of cute.
That's just Jersey.
You have a rainbow heart, and then you have a rainbow, and then you have the rainbow in a heart, then a heart in a rainbow.
It's just Jersey. She likes to spread rainbows everywhere she goes.
She likes to spread cheer.
Yep.
Oh.
Stuck here. I don't know what to do with these things. When in doubt, washi tape.
There you go.
Just keep adding stuff. Eventually it'll look okay. Of course, now I'm looking for a specific washi tape and I can't find it.
Whoa, we know how that is.
Yep. No, don't do that until you close it up, stupid.
Hi, is this Michelle? Michelle, this is like technical support.
See that? I just hit Jersey's most favorite thing in the world.
Oh, right.
Washi.
Washi!
All right. We're on your cell phone, I'm assuming? Okay.
No.
Yes.
I just dropped a roll of tape off my desk and it just like literally unrolled
Oh.
to the floor.
It handles all the phone calls and the phone number, the way the calls come in, the features and everything else. And that part's not reaching up to the modem. So what I need you to do is to find that and then reset the power line.
I'm having a bad washi day, man. But I have to add washi tape because I'm pretty sure that the literal English translation of washi tape is no sticky tape. I think washi means no stick.
I'd come over and help, but you're a little distance from me. They wouldn't like that. Buffalo and Cheyenne. I am in Vegas. No. We don't have anyone there. Of course
There's
I-
Hubbard flirting with clients.
Yes. There's a device there.
We did.
Carla said she spreads sarcasm and naughty humor wherever she goes. And we love you for it, honey. Aw, Candy, you couldn't get into the chat? That sucks. I got into the chat. All right, now we've done two things. Caca. Doo-doo. Ah. Okay, I can stand that.
Does it say anything else on it? Maybe.
Doo-doo.
Tina, have you ever gone over to Jersey's channel?
Yes, I have.
She's like a huge journaler. I think you guys would be like perfect for each other.
I've caught her a few times. She's as hyper as I am.
Yes, she is.
She talks like I do. I never knew God made more than one like me. I'm so happy. See, I would get told from other kids, and I'd come home literally crying because they would tell me that you're weird,
Good.
you're different. And now I've come to my grandpa would be like, my grandpa would say, no, you're God. You're exactly what God wanted you to be. You're your own person, or you're not normal. That was the big one that always hit me. You're not normal, okay? You know. And I'd come home crying.
Thank God.
And my grandpa always said to me, what is normal? If we were all the same, we wouldn't like each other. You know? And
Sometimes they gotta do what they gotta
I've come to realize there are people more like me than there, but they went on a minute though. But yeah. Because I laugh because I went through the stage with my grandfather. Because I'd go talk, I'd talk and he'd be like, slow down. Like, you're too loud. You don't need to be too loud. Slow down. You're too loud. And then I got to where he was older and I was older. And he'd be like, speak up. I can't hear you. And I'd be like, well, you used to tell me I was too loud. And now you're telling me speak up. He goes, yep, you're older. And I'm twice as older. He'd say. Yep, I know I'm weird. I'm proud of being weird. I'm proud of my weirdness, and I'm proud of my normal, because I am me. This is me, and I'm normal. And people could, and I wish I could think of my brother-in-law. I'll have to ask Scott. My brother and I had a perfect saying for me. Oh, Tina speak. Tina speak. Because he'd look at me, and he'd be like, and then he'd have to interpretate what I was saying, and he called it Tina speak.
Who's that?
Hawk, remember when he started saying Tina speak?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Scott.
Hey,
Yeah, Tina speak, he'd call it, because he knew what I was getting at, but
the way you were saying it wasn't the correct way to say it.
Yeah.
just log into the equipment now.
No, speaking of,
Urgh.
Oh, what are we having for supper?
I was gonna have leftovers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you don't like my leftovers. So you're going to the grocery store, so if you want to pick something up, go ahead. I have my sale at
Do we
7.
have anything here
Like what?
that I might be able to do for myself?
Yeah, just look.
I'm not sure. You're the one that's always in and out of the cupboards.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd ask, and I've been gone for a while. How y'all doing?
This is Round Bema. She's doing round robin. That's where people can join her channel, craft, chat, shoot the shit.
Oh, hey, Bima.
So you're saying hi to a whole
And everybody else that's online.
22 people.
Well, I'm not saying hi 22 individuals because I don't know all 22 individuals.
We're
But
talking
my
about.
mouth knows.
Say hi, Mike. He's the other male. That's Bema's husband. He's in the
Hey,
background.
Mike.
Phew.
Is he the one that does like I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, lounges all day in pajama pants.
If any.
Well, he does because he's in. I always check to see which ones he's wearing when me and Bema chat.
Well,
I'm waiting for him to actually wear a pair that you have.
I got quite a few.
So does he. So far, none of you.
No Grinches?
So far,
Yeah, he's got a Grinch pair.
but so
Okay,
far,
now are they the terry cloth ones or are they just nylon style?
The fleece.
the fleece.
Yeah.
Yep.
I only wear those on really cold days because I tell you what, static charge builds up something fierce in them things.
But I've been watching to see.
And then I go over to Tina here and I go zap.
Yeah. He zapped me enough, not enough in 27 years. I don't need extra.
Yeah, you need all you can get.
Look at it this way. At least he's still electrifying, honey.
Yep.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah, you walked in the wrong chat. You want to meet a smartass? You've
I'm
met her.
going to excite you with some electrifying situation.
I would not
Zing!
want to get into a high anticipated juggler debate with Bema. Because I don't know, she can pull some good ones. I learn something every time I talk to her, one way or the other.
Well, good. Put it back in the Rolodex.
Yeah. I just learned about a college today. I didn't know about
Which
blog.
college?
No, I forgot what the name of it was. But it's a
Gallaudet
weird,
University.
What university?
Gallaudet.
you know what that is?
Gallaudet?
Yeah, it's
Let
a
him
deaf
see.
university.
Oh, I was gonna say, I want to see if you knew it.
I don't even know what she said. I got music going in one ear and
Do you know what it is?
Gallaudet. Isn't that the arts college?
No, it's the deaf college.
The deaf college.
Oh,
Deaf. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
oh yeah, they have plenty of them. There's more than one.
I didn't know it was that name.
To be honest, I think there's 5 of them.
No, there's only one Gallaudet University, only one nationally recognized deaf school, but every state has a deaf school that is a gift from Gallaudet.
Oh,
I didn't know that. See, I learned that today.
hmm.
I'll never remember that Gallaudet.
Just think of gullet.
Yeah. And that's the only diploma from a university or college that is signed by the president of the university and the sitting president of the United States.
Huh.
Didn't know that either. Ain't that something?
Well, that's one hell of an accomplishment in its own right.
Yeah. So the sitting president of the United States signs their diploma.
I wonder if
That's
Stacy
pretty-
knows that.
That is pretty cool.
Well, we got a lady, Stacy, at work. She's deaf. I wonder if she knows that.
She knows
Yeah.
what that is.
Do you have to stand in front of her so she can read your lips if you touch
Oh
her?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Can you understand her?
To a point. She's like,
Or does she pull out a tablet for you? We really need it.
well, if we really need it, yeah.
Well, that's cool that you at least can communicate
Yeah.
and you're cool with it.
She was actually my supposed trainer on the 415.
Hmm.
I turned around and I looked at the supervisor. I'm like, I'm pretty well versed on winders. And the one that you got here, I swear to God, I worked on. And it turned out it was. It was the same one my uncle ran at a different company that they sold it to the company I'm at now.
Ah.
But anyhow. And I taught her a few things about it.
Dead Renee.
So that goes to show you it doesn't matter who or how much you know, you can always learn something new.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And if you have an open mind to learning it, you're willing to learn.
Exactly.
You can't always have a closed off mind.
Oh, the person with a closed off mind is in my book, a fool.
We'll put that one down as Scottism number 1.
Nope.
What's that? Someone without closed mind is a fool?
That'll be Scottism number 1.
Hmm.
We'll start keeping track of them.
Well, think about it.
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm logical and analytical all at the same time. What a dose of humility and compassion for my fellow human being.
And you don't mind invading people's honeymoons.
No.
Well, I didn't invade. I was invited.
Anniversary. That
Well,
100%.
actually, it wasn't invited. I was needed.
Yeah, you were called to duty.
Yeah. 750-mile round trip. Oh, my freaking God.
Daddy.
I wasn't
For
done
those
with
of
that.
you who don't know, Tina's daughter went on her anniversary trip, and their car, the bearing in their wheel went out, and they were stuck. And poor Scott had to take his days off to drive up and fix the truck for them so they could get home.
Yeah, it was in the middle of BFM.
Nothing like taking your dad on your anniversary.
Yeah.
Well, they had a day beforehand.
Yeah.
That's when they found out they had the car problems and
They're
then
lucky.
called.
The thing done is, thank God it didn't happen on the bridge.
Yeah.
Hi,
That's
Vinny.
awful. I hate people that do that.
Well, they're lucky that I had the weekend off.
Yeah. They'd still be in Michigan.
Well, they would have had somebody come pick them up, and they would have had to go back up and
Yeah.
fix it.
Because,
No
yeah.
ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, that's the thing. They know I won't take the kids if you're not off.
Yeah.
So they would have planned it on your weekend off anyway. So they.
Yeah.
But
But anyhow, yeah. Buy the parts in Green Bay, get up there, and have to go try to find more parts because the other parts that bolted the wheel hub assembly to the turn bracket, one of them, the head was stripped, and the other one was worn halfway apart from the
yeah, they had to go.
from the drive axle.
What, 2.5 hours to the nearest?
Something like that. We had to go to Brimley, Michigan in order to get the parts,
Yep.
which is only about 20-some minutes south of Sault Ste. Marie.
Yep.
20 to 40 minutes ish,
Yep.
I guess. I don't know. I was traveling at 90 miles an hour, so it didn't take that long.
Hey, he drives like I do.
Oh yeah, pedal to the metal.
Well, with the exception of 2 hours where I could only drive at 10 miles an hour because I had a snow blizzard and it looked like I was going through a time warp.
Yeah, a trip that would have took 4 hours took them 7 hours.
And then when I stopped at a gas station to take a respite and get a cup of coffee, I opened up my door and I have a high-rise pickup truck. The snow was over my floorboards.
Wow.
Well,
I
I
kept-
look this way, Tina. At least I don't have to worry. When I come up there to see you and I take you Scaventure, you won't be freaking out when I get you in the hot rod.
Nope.
Oh, hell no. Unless, of course, you let the rear end slide out. Then she gets a little freaky.
No, Posy. I don't let nothing slide.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Light them up. Woo!
You're so funny, honey.
What kind of motor you got in that puppy?
It's a Mopar.
Yeah, it's a Mopar. Okay. What size motor?
Oh, it's just a V6.
You call that a hot rod?
It's in a lifted Dodge Magnum.
You got a turbo in that sucker?
Of course.
Uh-huh. Okay. And they can be sort of kind of classified as a hot rod.
I've owned every piece of American steel that was worth owning. I had a 68 Vet. I had a 1970 Nova. I had a 68 Chevelle. I've owned all the best.
What'd you get rid of the Chevelle for?
Built them all.
You want them all?
I built them.
Woohoo!
I didn't. Yeah, my husband married me for my tools.
And your knowledge.
She has a Harley too.
My husband was like, she can cook and she has tools. I'm getting me that woman.
But she married him for his cooking, so it's an even thing.
Yeah. You fish?
Not a problem.
Yeah.
I was just waiting.
I have a commercial fishing license.
To get back.
Yeah, she's kind of done.
What?
Yeah.
Commercial fishing license? Where are you located?
In
I
Vegas.
used to be in California.
Yeah.
And I had to find something to do with myself.
Yeah.
Hey, Kim.
I find things out all the time. It's like, damn. I'm like, I asked her one day, is there something you haven't done?
Michelle, you have yourself a fantastic day. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
There you go. Me
Yeah,
neither.
I did that, but I didn't want to.
Dive with sharks. I'm your gal.
Ain't
Motorcycle
nothing wrong with that.
across the European continent. I'm with you, babe.
Oh yeah. See, I would
I ain't done that
I would
yet.
swim with sharks,
That's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
but don't put me. I ain't jumping on no airplane or going in no hot air balloon. No way.
But
Nope.
Yeah, I know you.
jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
I've done that.
Yeah, won't do it. I went up in air. I mean, I've been up in a hot air balloon, but I'm scared of heights. I still don't know how I did it.
I've had to do Halo.
There's a reason boats have seats. It's so my ass doesn't have to be dragged behind it.
I still have my water skis.
Yes, you do.
Woo!
They're wood ones.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah,
I don't like them newfangled ones they got.
I would like to see you on water skis again.
I used to slalom and accidentally did barefooting a couple of times. Of course, the barefooting didn't last very long.
Found out 2 weekends left in ice fishing. We haven't gone. We didn't.
I'm not a big fan of ice fishing. I've fallen through the ice enough.
Renee, what did you think my style was? Because I don't really have a style.
I get asked. I get asked that a lot too. I don't know what my style is either. I do
what
it all.
I do what I can, when I can, how I can, and this is the end result.
Yeah, just having some fun.
Yeah.
That's caca. I don't like that.
You learned to water ski, Deb, at 8 years old. I can never water ski. I could never get up.
I'm not sure how old I was, but I was young. Somewhere around in that vicinity, if not 10.
Renee, this is not my style. This is commercial.
You're girly. Little Red Rain says you're girly.
This is commercial. This is definitely not my style.
Edgy and dark.
Throw some skulls on there. It might work out.
I prefer to go a little edgier than this, but this is
Silhouettes of naked people.
She's doing a steampunk hats right now, and I'm like, oh, I've been teasing her for weeks. So which one's mine? They're so cool looking.
What is this, Lippy?
She's on my table. You can tell you're in here because she's never on my table.
I know.
You guys, you always hear me talk about my cat? Look at.
Yeah, hang on.
No, just wait. I haven't moved it, and we're delayed.
oh my God, there she is.
Yeah,
Hang on.
you can tell Scott's in the room. Yeah. She is never on my table. That's Lucy. You gonna tell me that cat's mine? Want to say that again?
You wanted her. You went and got her to shut the other one up, and they both became mine for some darn reason. Because I show them attention.
I do too. So I have to be horizontal for that cat to even come near me.
Hey,
Yeah, Lucy.
look up.
Hi, Lucy girl.
Hey.
Yep.
There you go.
No, just Lucy. That's what the granddaughter named her. How we ended up with these cats Lucy was Cecilia's, and Pawsy, who passed away, was Allie's. And the new place that Diamond was moving into didn't allow pets, and the girls were crying. And I said I would take one. Well, I took Paws. Well, then Pawsy meowed for like 2 weeks straight, steady. So I told Diamond, bring that other cat.
Meow.
Oh
No.
my God.
Howled.
And this is Pawsy's. Lucy was Pawsy's mama. And Pawsy was the only one that survived out of her litter. She's only had one litter.
What happened?
She switched her stuff back to double screen.
No, our screen.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Tina broke it.
Wow. Yeah, yes, okay.
Pay attention to me.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Well,
Demands attention.
for her being on my table, that's as usual. You can tell Scott's in the room.
The only time she does that is when I'm around.
Yep. She'll just sit in the doorway or on a chair across from me.
Hey, I gotta run to the grocery store. No,
Let's go on. You might want to get some food while you're there because it doesn't sound like the woman's making you dinner.
yeah, I can cook myself. I'm not a bad cook. Better on the barbecue grill than I am anywhere else, but
Okay, so Scott just cinched that one for me. I'll take barbecue, honey.
oh,
Mm-mm.
Barbecue tonight?
Yes.
You better go find some meat that's thawed.
uh-oh.
I'm a chef, babe. I'll
Look at how
thaw
she's
some meat.
dead.
I know.
Get some.
See what you started, Scott?
Well, see, I don't use barbecue. We just call it a barbecue grill. Tina puts her barbecue on after the fact.
You're gonna grill.
I grill.
I don't use no gas around here.
No, charcoal
Huh.
or wood.
Yep.
Prefer oak or mesquite,
Yep. But you all got to see Lucy.
maybe with some cherry wood in there or apple wood.
Y'all got to see Lucy. See, we have Harry. Harry makes his appearance. I'm surprised Harry hasn't made an appearance.
Oh, it's his nap time.
Ah,
Oh, who's Harry?
her cat,
Oh yeah.
which was her son's cat, so she knows how you feel.
No, let's be really clear. He is my son's cat. I am just his human.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
They're owned by somebody else, but they adopt you.
Mm.
Isn't that true, Lippy?
My father-in-law calls her Lippy Lucy.
Usually she's very talkative.
Mm.
What?
Anybody see what I did with that damn roll of tape?
Is it sitting right there next to the E of the nope?
Nah, different tape.
Well, you said tape. That's tape, so. All right, I'll be back.
Alrighty, thank you.
Yep.
Pepsi this time, not cherry.
Yeah, well, that's all I had
Oh,
in a big cube.
oh.
That's why I grabbed it.
I asked, it was really weird. I asked Allie to go get me a Pepsi. Well, she didn't know about, I had like 6 cans left in a 12-pack of Pepsi.
Yeah.
So she opened a cube and I'm like, I didn't, and I'm like, Allie, which one do you get this out of here? Out of the one on the floor. Here, I thought maybe a cherry Pepsi ended up in my 12-pack of Pepsi.
Oh,
I opened it and took a swallow going,
hey, it happens.
Isn't that right?
It's still Pepsi. If you don't like it, deal with it.
I dealt with it. If I didn't have it this weekend, there would have been 3 kids probably
And why do
hanging
you
by their
think I got it?
toenails.
I turned around and picked up a cube for you, and I picked up a cube and took it with me in the truck.
Yeah. Hey, toenails. Oh, they were pretty good, though. I kept them preoccupied. But I tell you one thing, I'm never going to watch that damn little bull movie again.
What?
Fergahant.
Ferdinand?
Oh, my God.
Why? Were you crying?
I haven't watched the whole thing yet, so I don't know. But that's all they wanted to watch. Every time
Well, so what's so bad about that?
I bet you they watched that thing 15, 20 times this weekend.
They can do that. That's inputting memory into them.
That's fine, but I was like, so I would come out and check.
Repetition.
Come out and check. So I've seen it in little sections. So I'm gonna have to sit down and watch it from this end to this end because I can't leave Riley in here to craft by herself because she'll just. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
she had my little paint tray thing for painting, and she filled it right up to the edge.
Excessive
Yeah.
amounts.
So she wanted to paint. They're on their gadgets.
Yeah.
So I was.
Did you tell her moderation is the key?
She ain't gonna know what the hell that means. With 4.
Well,
told her
no
a
better time to start
I
than
told her a
now.
little goes a long way.
Well, that's pretty much the same thing.
So, and I said she had to come and get Nana to pour the paint.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Dollar Tree paint. I ain't.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
She was filling up.
What's up with this, man? They're all open.
Yeah, that's junk.
Wow.
I haven't thrown it away yet.
Get rid of it then.
But she was filling out this little. I just had it. Where'd I put it? I need to wash it. It looks like a little ice cube tray thing, and you just.
Yeah.
She would fill that little iron up.
Yeah, well,
And it's pink, of course. I think that's why I buy 3 pinks.
Pink and purple.
Pink, 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 pink and green because pink's her favorite color and green's her daddy's favorite color.
Papa's too.
Yeah. Because daddy is her favorite dad.
I mean, yeah, I know. I still wonder where the hell the other one's
That's what I asked Sam. Is there another one that we don't know about? And he goes, yeah, I've been wondering the same thing.
Why is he not paying child support?
Yeah, no shit, eh?
She tells us that all the time. My dad's my favorite dad.
Well, there again, maybe she could be doing sort of kind of like Tina speaks, talking about her other people's dads too, you know.
That is so funny.
It is what it is.
Tom was like, man, I could be gone for 5 days, come home, and it doesn't phase her. I'm home. Sam's gone for 3 hours, and the world's like she won the lottery.
Uh-huh.
I laugh so hard.
All little
Yeah.
people like that with their daddies.
Yeah, especially Riley. She's very. See, Allie was my girl. She didn't have a favorite parent. Okay, it was Nana.
Bubba was hers.
Bubba was Diamonds. Yep.
Yep.
And Riley is Sam. But Allie was like me. That little girl. I had to come up with a special song because if she left my house, she would cry like the world was coming to end. So I'd sing her out the driveway. Then it'd calm her down.
All right, this ain't getting me what I gotta get.
But she spent so much time with me her first probably 3 years. Both Sam and Diamond were working, and he lived with me for her first 9 months. And then it was a constant. I had her so much. So she's the Nana's girl versus. But, she would stomp her feet and cry when she would have to leave. She never wanted to leave. Bolt. You know what drove me crazy? Was Frozen. Oh. Yep. Riley and Allie with Frozen. Oh my God. Drove me nuts.
We bought that Frozen doll for Shaylee. Y'all have seen Shaylee. She got white hair. And so we bought her that stupid Frozen doll, the one that sings.
Yep.
And it just drove me crazy. And then I had a little foster child who had the same doll. It was like motion activated. So you'd walk by it and it would sing, let it go, let it go.
Yep.
And I told Mikey, I said, make it stop. The battery out of it. It still sang. He cut the wires. It still sang.
Oh my God, it was possessed.
I was like, I'm over this thing. Oh, I've completed 2 tags.
Ooh. Don't do it, Steph. Don't do it because you won't get that song out of your head.
Yeah, it'll be there forever. That one and that Lego movie. What the hell was that other song from the Lego movie?
It's awesome.
Oh my God.
That's the one.
We wanted to kill our grandkids.
Everything is awesome.
What's up?
Ugh.
It's awesome.
Michael,
Or-
shut up before I strangle you in your sleep.
Yeah, I get to die in my sleep.
That's what I always tell Scott. Just remember, I sleep next to you, and you go to bed before I do. My sale is in exactly almost an hour.
Yep.
Darla, in an hour. Because it's at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, and it's 6:11 here. So I got, 45 minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. I'm already set up. All I do is have to grab the baskets. I got the dollar one up here. The other ones are on the floor, and I'll just switch them out.
You know what that means, right?
What? We got to go.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, bye-bye.
Yes, tonight. Yep, tonight.
Thank you for a great big thumbs up. I appreciate you.
Yep, JT, sale on my channel in an hour. Well, 45 minutes, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's
Do you say JT or JD?
JD.
JD. Okay, 'cause sometimes it sounds like you say JT, and I'm like, what?
No, JD. As J and a D. Why, am I saying it wrong?
No, it's JD. John David, like John David.
Yeah.
Yes, she has a sale coming up. Let me go in here and do this.
And I do stutter, but I catch my I got the reminder on. I have to learn that.
No.
To learn how to do that. I'm gonna ask you that the next time we chat. When we're just chatting, how you set up where that you can set a reminder. I don't know how to do that.
Tina, open up your studio for me.
My YouTube studio.
Yes. You guys are going to look at something weird for a second because I'm going to share something with her.
Okay, let me put you on my tablet so I can look at both. So when I do this, let me bring the volume down so we don't hear me on my tablet. And I'm going to put us up so I can do this. Oh, so sure. Come on.
I'm going to go to full screen.
Hey, hang on a second. I got to get you up. Come on. There we go. There it is. I gotcha. Okay.
See it? Go up here where the little camera is.
Yeah.
Okay, click on the little camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it drops down, hit the go live.
Yeah.
And then put in all your information to do it. Put your thumbnail in and schedule for later.
Yeah. Okay. Hit next. Put the thumbnail in.
It's so weird. It's like showing me my dashboard, but it's not showing me my dashboard. Here we go. Okay. So go and create. Go
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
You get this black screen. See, if you put here, like, go to webcam.
I don't have that.
You don't have webcam on the left?
No. So right now, if I wanted to, I'd hit it goes. Okay, I lost it. Oh, scheduled. Okay. It's scheduled. All
Hit schedule, and you can have, there should be a drop down where it does your webcam info and it says schedule for later.
No.
Oh, I'm going to have to look at your thing.
Yeah. Upcoming.
I'm gonna have to look at your thing.
Yeah. Well, I'll just walk and
As soon as
show.
we get off of here, I'll do it.
Okay. Man. Yeah, because I always wonder how people do that.
I'll get you fixed. All right, and that being said, Tina is on in 45 minutes, guys. Let me get her channel because there's no thing in here yet, but she'll get it up. As soon as we're off of here, we'll get it set up. So I'm going to put in her channel link right there so you can go over and hit the reminder for her sale. She's got a stamp sale going on. There's a couple, I think, for $4, maybe one or two for $5. But the bulk of them are stamps for $3, $2, and $1. And she's going to be coming on at 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, and 8 out on the East Coast. So if you need to get some stamps, you want to get your stamp on, that's where you need to be. All right. Hey, listen, if you're hanging out in my chat box and you're new and you're just lurking, hey, we appreciate you. We love you. And, we'd like to have you stop in and chat for a while. And if you're not comfortable with that, we're cool. Maybe eventually you will. But if you're new around here and there's somebody in the box you don't know, make sure that you get their channel name so you can get their channel and subscribe, because they may not have anything up now, but they may put up stuff tomorrow or, next week or next year or 6 months from now or whatever. But if you're new here, go ahead and hit that red button for me. Like me, ring my bell, and share me with all your friends. And then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. Before you know it, we have an entire crafty community. All right. I love you guys. Do me a favor. Stay safe, okay? I will see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.